Make the ground shake.
A new OBS Studio software I installed wasn't saving my videos to my hard drive, so here we go. This video was requested by my brother, actually, who just started playing Smite on the PS4. His name is Cannabis Dunn. I'll put it up here somewhere. But he wanted to know how to play Loki. Now, Tyler, like I've told you before, Loki is a bitch boy. I hate people that play Loki. I love playing Loki solo. I just hate Lokis in general. So anyway, this is what we're going to go into first. Let's talk about his abilities. His passive allows him to deal an additional 20% bonus damage when he attacks his targets from behind. So that's pretty much the epitome of an assassin. You know, get behind him, stabby stab, do a lot of damage, and either kill somebody and giggle about it, or you run away and still giggle about it anyway because you're Loki and that's all you do is giggle. His first ability is a vanish, pretty much exactly what it says. It's a he goes invisible. All right, disappears in a puff of smoke. While invisible, he moves faster, removes and gains immunity to slow effects, and takes 25% less damage. His next basic attack from stealth for 2 seconds after. Wait, yes. His next basic attack from stealth or for 2 seconds after applies a bleed to this target, dealing damage every 0.5 seconds, and reveals Loki. So it's pretty much a bleed. That's all it is. The damage per tick per 0.5 seconds goes up to 90 plus your physical power. The damage duration is for 2 seconds, slow duration is 4 seconds, and the stealth movement speed is actually 35%, which is pretty freaking nuts. This allows you to dip, dodge, dive, dip, dodge, if you need to. Or run in, stabby stab. Still giggle about it. Bro, right here. Alright, his true ability is his decoy. The damage is 275, plus some of your physical power, and the decoy lifetime is 3 seconds. Pretty much decoy is this. I'm over here. It's a copy of yourself that ends up prioritizing minion damage. So if you pop it out towards the backline archers in a minion wave, the frontline archer or the front line will end up going back, and they'll be attacking that thing for a little bit. Then it'll explode, clear wave, and profit. His 3 is aim strike. Upon activation, Loki's next basic attack does additional damage within a short time. The enemy hit is also slowed. Damage scales up to 220 plus some of your physical power. The buff lifetime lasts 5 seconds. So 25% slow with a slow duration of 3 seconds. This is a really good thing to pair with your one. It's pretty much what you always want to do. Depending on what role you're playing, by the way. Excuse me. Scratch that. Sorry. Before you attack anybody, you will always go into your vanish, your 3, and then stabby stab, or pop into your ult, which is what we shall talk about, is assassinate. It's a teleport ability that I'm a little bit mad about. It used to be you can only use that ability when you had a god locked on to it. That was the only time you can use it, but now they made it just a free use, where now Loki can get away even better than he used to be, and that bugs me. But anyway, assassinate. Upon activation, Loki teleports to his ground target location. If an enemy god is within the radius, Loki will backstab the target, doing damage and stunning them. Damage scales up to 450 plus a shitload of your physical power, and the stun lasts for 1 second. Cooldown is 90 seconds. Alright, so pretty much the best way to combo Loki's abilities is your 1-3 ult. The guy's probably dead if you hit him one more time, and then that bleed effect comes up. It's just bad news bears from then on out. You can either ult in and kill him, or you can, vanish, aim strike, stab, and if you start to get collapsed on, just ult out. Pretty much very situational. I did mess up and accidentally leveled up my abilities already. but this is something else I wanted to talk about, especially for Tyler, since or Cannabis Done, since you did request this video. You wanted to know a Loki jungle guide. Well, to be completely honest, I'm not sure. Oh, well, actually, they did bring back Speed Camp. I do know that at the start of the season, Loki was complete crap for the jungle. His rotations and mobility wasn't really all that great. His clear wasn't all that superb. I don't know if he's still not viable. I mean, he's not viable. It's just there's other better picks. So I don't know if... I don't know. I haven't actually played around with that. But if you are going to go with a jungle build, or not a jungle build, but you know what I mean. If you're gonna fucking put him in the jungle, you're gonna want to level up your 2 first, or get your 2 first, so that way you have the distractions. You're not taking any of the jungle camp damage, and it does that extra 75 damage to the whole camp. You're gonna go 2, 3, 1, 2. So get 2 points in your decoy, 1 point in each of these, and your ult whenever you can. What you're going to want to level up completely first, I would say personally, would be your 3. Because the only thing you get is the increased damage per second on this, or damage per 5. So if you are going into the jungle, prioritize your 2 first, 2, 3, 4, your ult whenever you can, 2, 3, ult whenever you can, and your 1 last, pretty much. That's how I think about it. That's how I play him. I usually play him in solo, so I normally level up my 2 first, because with you building Transcendence, which is the build that I will be getting into here in a second, with you stacking Transcendence, getting this is your main, not even main, this is your only way of lane clear. And by the time you get like 3 points into this, I think, you're already almost one-shotting the whole wave, so it's easy peasy anyways. Alright, just so I can show you guys, this is a speed buff here. Where the fuck you going? Dude! Sorry, I did just wake up. Alright, decoy. Boom. And then your lane goes up, but in this mode, all my lane died. So, alright. Then you ult.
Here I am.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into items. This build, I think I might be making some changes to this here in the near future, but this is what I've been running with so far. But if you are going with jungle build, you're going to start off with Bumba's Mask. Cannabis Done, this is for you. Bumba's Mask is a must. Gives you 10 MP5, your basic attack deal a plus 10 true damage, and your ability is a 10% damage versus jungle camps. You are healed for 10% of the camp's max health. And if you have any ally nearby, you get the normal gold reward as if you were solo. That's pretty much going to start with that. Complete discretion is up to you. You can either go ahead and just start off with tier 1 of your boots and get a few of each potion. I believe you can get like 3 or 4 of each potion if you go this route. Or you can just say, fuck the boots, I'm a badass, and get Potion of Physical Might and like 3 health and 2 mana potions. But this is more risky. This is way more risky, especially on Loki, because early game his damage is nothing. So I would highly recommend not going this route. If you are going jungle, I would recommend just going straight into your boots and Bumbas. Or if you want to be even more of an ass, start out getting your Transcendence. But the safest route is the boots and the pots. So let's go ahead and get your boots. I don't want to get Transcendence if you're jungle. Although it is a good damage boost. But we could just go ahead and go into Jotuns after you get your boots. Oh, what am I doing? Your first active. Depending on who you're going against, it is not a bad idea to grab Sprint. Sprint just helps you get the hell out even more. Or if you're against some heavy hitters, early game heavy hitters, get Sanctuary. Bees is of course on a case-by-case basis. Your ult does not give you CC immunity, so remember that. If you get hit with like some Ares chains, an airy ult, and then you ult away, you're not like you are on, you know, any other character. You're just like, oh, I'm good. Fuck you, Ares. Nope. Getting pulled back in and getting that booty spanked. So, if you need beads, you need beads. Grab them. Sanctuary for the damage deduction. That's pretty much all I would go. I would not get Wrath, even though they did do a nice buff to it this season, but I would not recommend getting that. Or to just be that guy, you can grab Teleport. So Teleport and Sanctuary is what I normally get on Loki. So we'll go ahead and do that. Teleport, Sanctuary. So after you get your Jotun's Wrath, let's go ahead and go with... Yeah, let's do Titan's Bane for the extra physical power and penetration. What am I doing, dude? I am terrible, man. I should be going over what these items do. Warrior Tabby, 40 physical power, 18% movement speed. Get it, you need it, you'll love it. Jotun's Wrath, 40 physical power, 150 mana, 15... Whoa, I can't read. 10 physical penetration, 20% cooldown reduction. Now, this is very important for Loki and every other freaking physical power god out there except for hunters. Don't get this item if you don't need it as an ADC. Because of the penetration and the cooldown reduction. 20% cooldown reduction significantly helps out with Loki for his vanish and getaway ability. It's a must. You need it, you'll like it, you'll love it. Titan's Bane, 30 physical power, and all of your physical attacks gain 33% physical penetration. Now, the passive that gives you the 33% physical penetration does stack up with Loki's passive. So, you're doing an extra, what did I say? It's like 30%? 20%? Oh, what the fuck? Damn it. 20%. So an extra 20% damage from the back, also on top of 33% physical penetration. With that equals good things for everybody. Now, the next item, I would say, is completely up to you. I do see a lot of people using Hydra's Laminate, which is 30 physical power, 15% cooldown reduction, and for 8 seconds after using the ability, your next basic attacks will deal an additional 30% damage. This is not a bad item on Loki. It's actually really not that bad at all. So if you'd feel like going this route, I would not be mad at you at all. But the only downside for it is if you get this item along with Jotun's Wrath, you're at 35% cooldowns. So you're almost tapped out on your cooldown reduction. But an extra 30% damage, we'll just go ahead and add it on here. I'm rambling at this point. So go ahead and go with that. I normally don't get any crit items on Loki. So this is what I normally do. So after Hydra's Laminate, it is very expensive. So if you are ahead, if you are getting those kills, if you are getting those objectives, those camps, if you're being aggressive, grabbing the other camps, this is a must. I love this item, Stone Cutting Sword. It gives you an extra 50 physical power, 10% movement speed, and melee basic attacks. Only melee basic attacks. Stop buying this item for ADCs. I swear to God, stop it. Decreases enemy physical protections by 10 and increases your physical protection by 10 for 3 seconds, max of 3 stacks. So it gives you takes away 30 protections from your target, gives you 30 protections. Win-win. And plus you get that 10% movement speed that makes you a lot more mobile. On top of that speed camp buff that they brought back. Yes, thank you, Hi-Rez. So get that. Now for this item here is very situational. If you are going against somebody who does a lot of healing, if you're going against a team with a lot of sustain, i.e. you've got an Afro or a Hell, Sylvanas, or all three of them on the same fucking team, or just one of them, a Chalk, you know, anybody who self-heals and does all that kind of jazz, go with Beat Stick. Brawler's Beat Stick gives you 40 physical power, 20 physical penetration, and enemies hit by your abilities have 40% reduced healing and regeneration for 8 seconds. So this will completely handicap anybody you are trying to isolate and gank. handicap anybody who is trying to heal out in team fights. So, as long as you know how to prioritize your targets. Why am I yawning so much? This is ridiculous. This item will become very useful. If you do not have anybody like that, then I would highly suggest going with the most favorite build on the planet, Crusher. Now, the Crusher gives you 40 physical power, 20 physical penetration, and each basic attack against towers and phoenixes grants a stack that increases your attack speed by 10% and physical penetration by 5 for 2 seconds, max of 5 stacks. So, this ends up increasing your attack speed by 50% and physical protection or penetration up to 25. So this is really good for split pushing. I love getting this item. As soon as you get this item online, you just end up practically ignoring almost any team fight that happens and just go and split towers, because you can run up on a tower, pop this out, beat it down hella quick, and then just run out like nothing ever happened. And then dip, dive, dodge, go to the team fight if you want, pick off the guys in the back line, and it's a win-win situation at that point. Now, for our last item, we're going to sell your Bumba's Mask. This is going to end up being a very situational item. If you're doing really well off, get the Stone Cutting Sword like I talked about. This will be your last item. If you're wishing to do a little bit more damage and want to get some more crits off, I guess you can go Deathbringer, but this is preferred. It is cheaper too. If you find yourself dying a lot and you need a little bit of protections, get Shifter Shield. Gives you the 40 physical power, 20 of each protections. And the passive, while you're over 50% health, you gain 20 power. While under 50% health, you gain 20 protections. This gives you a little bit of a buffer zone, but honestly, I don't recommend it. You're not meant to take a whole lot of damage anyways. So if you bought this, it's going to only put you at 89. So it's not worth it. But with all seriousness, right now, I would just highly recommend going with the Stun Cutting Sword for the increased movement speed, power, and the passive that gives you the extra protections. So this is pretty much the build that I would use in a jungle situation. It gives you quite a bit of penetrations, like anybody would love. Almost max cooldowns, the extra 30% damage from Hydra's Laminate, the movement speed from Stone Cutting, and the split push potential for the Crusher. This is highly loved. Now, the only difference between this build and the build that I use in solo lane is as follows. I'm just going to sell all these so I can show you the right order. Boop, 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 boop. I do not start with Bumba's Mask. I start with tier 2 of Transcendence, and then I finish it for my first back. Get boots. I'm just going to go through this really freaking quick, guys, so that way you're not here for too long. So Transcendence, Warrior Tabi, and then pretty much all of it is the exact same from then on out. Crusher.
No one will see this coming.
So, this is the build that I use for solo lane. The reason I go with the Transcendence stacks is because since you are clearing minion waves, it does give you that extra time to get stacks, which in turn gives you the extra power. And because of the mana and MP5 it provides, you really do need it, because compared to any other person you're going to go up against in the solo lane, their mana consumption is significantly better than yours. So the extra MP5 and the extra mana that you can get really does help out. But anyway, this is my jungle build and my solo build for Loki in Conquest. In Arena, you can probably use any of the two. Get rid of Crusher, get Beat Stick. Problem solved with a difference. So hopefully this build does help y'all out. Don't forget to check out the Twitter, the Twitch, Facebook pages down below if you want to keep in touch in a better community, or help me start up this community. Follow I am so sorry, I can't even talk. Shit. I made a server on Curse and Discord. The links will be below in the description, along with the YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch pages. Feel free to leave a like, comment whatever you want. Anything that you would change in this build, feel free, please let me know. Any builds that you want suggested, any videos you want to suggest, comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'm gonna finish this coffee. Blow.